Once you know you can approach any woman, anywhere, anytime, you're no longer selecting from a place of scarcity. Yeah, I'm in a relationship right now, best relationship that I've ever been in. The reason why this relationship is the best relationship I've ever been in is because this is the first relationship that I know I can replace. Yeah, because I've become the version of myself who knows he can have. That's what abundance is. Abundance is not always having, it's knowing you can have. Yeah, it was interesting because today I was thinking about how I've developed as a person over these past 6 years, right? Because I mean, back in the day, 6 years ago, I was using an air purifier as a tripod. I was completely broke as a joke. I was on universal credit, which meant I had to ask the government for money because I had zero skills. I had cockroaches dancing around in my apartment. I'll put a picture on screen of the man that I used to be. I looked like I had a squirrel stapled to my forehead. Not a good place to be. And I realized for a big portion of my life, the reason why I wasn't the version of myself that I wanted to be was because I was unknowingly living in a place of scarcity. Yeah, and I think this is where a lot of guys are at these days, especially in their relationships, but I think it goes deeper than that as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in a bit, but what I've noticed today is a lot of guys' loyalty is based around scarcity, yeah? So you might be watching this and you might be in a relationship or a situationship, and it's not a girl that you really want. It's just somebody that you think you can get. And it's not a case of you want her, you just want someone, yeah? And this is what I found to be true in my own life. In my early relationships, I would settle, right? I'd lose myself in relationships because I was scared of losing the relationship. I didn't realize, but for a long time, I was stuck in this scarcity thinking, yeah? I was scared of, oh, what if I lose this woman? Or even when I was approaching women, it was like, what if I approach this woman and I lose value in her eyes? What if I compliment her and, oh, I put her on a pedestal? What if I lose status? Even though back then, I didn't even have any fucking status, right? So what I've learned is a lot of guys today, we don't have dating problems. We've got personal problems. And this scarcity thinking, for me anyway, for a big portion of my life, you might be able to relate with this. I used to be so scarce around everything. Yeah, money is a good thing, right? I used to be so scarce around money. I used to see everything that I spent as a waste. Yeah, I was like, oh, if I spend money, then I'm wasting money, right? And I had this terrible relationship with money. I think a big reason for that is I didn't even know what money was for a big portion of my life. The way that I describe money now is the universal language of love. That's how I describe money, right? I could tell my mum how much she matters to me, or if she's in a difficult place in her life, I could just wire her 5K, done, right? So it's like, oh, I could be like, yeah, there, mum, everything's gonna be fine, or I could just give her money. That's a way for me to signify love. Money is the universal language of love. And I think we can use money to display love for ourselves, yeah? So for a big portion of my life, I thought everything was a scam. I'm like, oh, why would I pay for coaching when I can get everything for free? Yeah, why would I pay to go to a martial arts class when I could just teach myself on YouTube? Why would I pay for a language course when I could just get it for free on Duolingo? And I realized a big reason why so many guys feel stuck today is because they have a scarce relationship with the feminine, with their finances, and even the way that they view the world around them. It's like they view it through the lens of fear. Oh, if I approach this girl, I might lose. If I spend this money, I don't know how long it's gonna be until I get it again. So a lot of actions are dictated by scarcity. And it's affected me for a big portion of my life until one day I realized that the way that I see money now is it's like the flow of water. You know, imagine you turn on a tap. Yeah, you turn on a tap, the water flows freely. I've found for myself now that if I hoard onto money, if I'm trying to save money for a rainy day, for example, I'm almost like, why? Like, why am I preventing the natural flow of this energetic resource, yeah? So you might be somebody right now and you feel as though you want to develop yourself, right? You want to improve yourself, not just with women, but your overall lifestyle. Maybe you want to start training, maybe you want to start learning languages, maybe you want to become a more capable version of you. Maybe you want to go to the most expensive gym, but you hold yourself back because you're like, oh, but I could use that money elsewhere. What I found to be true in my own life now is the more I spend, the more committed I become. For example, in 2024, I worked with a business mentor And I paid him 7,500 Great British pounds a month for business mentoring to scale my business. So I was paying him 7.5K a month. I worked with him for 2 months. Then I flew over to Dubai for his 3-day $15,000 in-person event, right? It's called the Dubai Boardroom. So you're in this room with like 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs. I was the brokest person in the room by far, but you know what they say, it's like if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. But what I found was by spending or by investing that money into myself every single month, it gave me a hunger that I've not experienced before. It was like, I've burnt the boats, now I'm committed. Yeah, for another example, like I'm in Bangkok right now. I spend $500 a month at the martial arts gym, but I don't see it as an expense. I see it as an investment, because if I don't go to the Muay Thai gym, I lose my mental clarity, I lose my sharpness. I go to the Muay Thai gym to get myself into a high frequency state, because when I wake up first thing in the morning, I feel like shit most of the time. I've got this bullshit going through my head, I've got this avalanche of anxiety. You know how it is, you wake up in the morning, even if life is going well, your mind will still find reasons to be sad. It's like, oh, Christian, we're in this beautiful country, got a 10 out of 10 girlfriend, money in the bank, best in the world at what I do. Oh, but you've not got this thing yet. Oh, you need that. Oh, what about this thing, right? So for me now, I see the martial art gym, I'm investing into my mental clarity, yeah? And this is the way that I want you to start viewing yourself as well. I found that most things in life, they are a mental game, right? And the reason why I think so many guys today, they struggle with women is because they're stuck in this scarcity thinking. Oh, if I lose her, I don't know how long it's gonna be until I get anybody better. And this is why I'm so bullish with the skill of daytime approach. Because once you know you can approach any woman, anywhere, anytime, you're no longer selecting from a place of scarcity. Yeah, I'm in a relationship right now, best relationship that I've ever been in. The reason why this relationship is the best relationship I've ever been in is because this is the first relationship that I know I can replace, yeah? Because I've become the version of myself who knows he can have. That's what abundance is. Abundance is not always having, it's knowing you can have. Imagine right now, yeah? Imagine somebody wired $100 million into your bank account tax-free, right? Imagine you woke up this morning, you look at your online banking, you do your face recognition, the screen flips up, boom. $100 million, it's yours, right? Imagine how you would feel, right? Imagine how generous, imagine how abundant, imagine how non-needy you would feel, right? And this is just an incredible mental exercise that I get my clients to do, because everything that you want is already inside of you. This is not some bullshit woo-woo esoteric law of attraction shit. This is true, and I know it's true because it's worked for me in my life. I don't believe that we can be in love with another human being, right? I think we are in love with their capacity to allow us to feel love. So when you go out today and you approach a woman, there's probably a part of you that wants to experience love, okay? But what I found is you can actually experience love for yourself first, and then you don't need anything from the woman, right? You can approach her with a, I want you, but I don't need you mindset. So for example, I train martial arts 90 minutes. After those 90 minutes, I'm in what I call godly frequency. I'm now experiencing love for myself. If I then go and approach women, or I'm being social, or I'm operating my life, I don't need anything from the world anymore, right? Because the glory of God is in a being fully alive. And this is what so many guys don't understand. So many guys today, they're looking for the next dating hack. Yeah, they're looking for the perfect line, the perfect routine, or what's the best open. The best open is when you feel unstoppable opening anybody. It's when you feel so enriched within yourself that you don't need anything from the world anymore. When you feel truly abundant, which is not always having, it's knowing you can have. Now that I'm in this relationship with my girlfriend, what is essential for me is I need to continue being the version of myself that she fell for in the first place. That's why I'm continuing to approach. And this is why I say to my clients, stay single for the first year of learning approach, because it's so important you fall into a relationship with abundance. Don't cash out too early. I've seen this so many times with my clients where they're approaching for 2 months, all of a sudden they get a girl that they could never even have imagined themselves being with, and all of a sudden they cash out. They put all their eggs into one basket. They think, oh, this woman is gonna be my wife for the rest of my life. But what they don't realize is it's almost like going to the blackjack table, cashing out at $1,000, but if you'd have just stayed at the blackjack table for 30 more minutes, you could have gone home with $1 billion, right? So the level of woman you're able to attract 2 months into learning daytime approach is nowhere near the level of woman you'll be able to attract 1 year after learning it, okay? So this is why a lot of guys today, and you will know it, you're in this place of scarcity where you might be in a situationship, you might be in a relationship, and your loyalty is based around scarcity. Yeah, you don't want her, you just want someone. And again, your dating problems most likely extrapolate into your personal life as well. You're probably scared of spending money. You're probably scared of investing into yourself as a man. But again, I was brought up in a council estate in the Lake District, right? For a big portion of my life, I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together. I'm not from money, okay? And even I struggle from time to time with this mentality. So even I'll catch myself, even in this video, I've been like, oh, spending money. No, it's not an expense, it's an investment. Okay, fine, I could go out into Soy Cowboy in Bangkok. I could get white girl wasted. I could spend 10,000 baht on a great night out, wake up the next morning, depleted bank balance, banging headache, nothing to show for it, right? That would be an expense. But now, the way that I see it is, look, this money is gonna get spent anyway, yeah? It's gonna get spent anyway, so just let the flow flow. Yeah, just let that water run. Because if you're trying to hoard it, if you're trying to keep such tight hold of it, that will be a way that you operate in your relationships as well. This is what I used to do, and I didn't realize it, and this is why I wanted to make this video, because I think the way you perceive money is the same way that you perceive women, is the same way you perceive your social connections. You're either viewing your life through the lens of abundance or scarcity, yeah? So you might be similar to what I was like in the past, where I got a girl, I stuck to her like sticky tape because I was scared of losing her. I was like trying to cling on to her. Oh, I really hope she doesn't go out with her friends tonight. Oh, what if she's walking down the street and a guy approaches her? What if I lose her, right? Because I wasn't truly abundant in myself. I hadn't become the version of myself who knew he could have. Yeah, the analogy that I give so it makes complete sense is, imagine self-made millionaire compared to somebody who wins the lottery, right? Self-made millionaire, if he loses all of his money, he doesn't sink into some hyper-depressive state. Why? Because he's developed the skills to make that money back, right? But if a guy wins the lottery and then loses all of his money, like most of them do, he gets depressed. Why? Because his fortune was based off of blind luck. He hasn't developed the skills to know he can replace, yeah? And this is the game right here. It's about becoming the most abundant version of yourself with finances, with women, with your social connections, that you know, no matter what happens, you'll be okay.